good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Seahawks of Rio de Janeiro taking on the Detroit Lions. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. You talk about this Seahawk defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that #1 spot.
They'll run here. Abdullah. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. The Lions at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Jackson now off the bootleg, rolling to his right. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. 22 yards there, a first down. Back to the ground with Pierce. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Jackson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
Now this now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Jackson now. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now a late signee let go by Minnesota in June. It's Dalvin Cook. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. You talk about this Lions defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And they needed to be because their offense struggled throughout the game. Sometimes as a defense, you're not just shutting down the opposing team's offense, but you're outplaying their defense as well. And that's what they did in the last game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Cook. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Lawrence. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He completes it to Olave. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 35. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They go play action with Lawrence. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Lawrence will throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Tough defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything. And he made sure he didn't.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 48. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. 40 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Jackson. Man open, and St. Brown has got it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Play action. Now Jackson. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Jackson. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
The slot man in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent gain.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. To the end zone, touchdown Detroit. Lamar Jackson, a touchdown run there from a yard out, and the Lions are able to stretch out their lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. the touchdown. Here's Gay to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cook up the gut. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Up the middle, it's Cook. Taking it right down Broadway. He's to the 15, and he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. 56 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
Cook not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Lawrence to throw. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And they're going to motion Dotson to the left. On 3rd and goal, Lawrence setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
Zerline's kick is up and through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with an 8-point lead, probably not too much of an impetus to try and do too much here. They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando.
These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And the half will begin with a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Cook now off the read option. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Inside the 20. Touchdown. Dalvin Cook. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Eluding the pressure right. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Now it's Jackson. Looking in zone for Jones. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
A 2nd down run for Abdullah. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Throwing is Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Gay's kick is good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So 3 points, response there to that opening touchdown in this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
They run it again with Cook. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
139 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer on how to slow down the running game, I think maybe starts to call more blitzes because you can call run blitzes in order to try and get more people to the point of attack.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Dotson in motion right.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 34. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. They'll send a big tight end in motion right.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And this one is incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that'll bring him back within a point. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he returns this to the 22. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
To throw is Jackson. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll be out right at the 35. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
St. Brown seemingly catches everything, including that first down. Brought in 106 passes last season. Catches ever in a player's first 2 years. Not sure how he fell to day 3 of the draft, nor is he. And the Lions, they found themselves a franchise receiver.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Jackson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup on the first down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating defensively. You're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Play action. It's Jackson.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor, and it's a first down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. Chris Conner, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Now, he's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye,
he just takes off and goes. And I think that's what we just saw there.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. In just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't it?
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down.
Here's Lawrence. Able to connect with Dotson.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They go play action with Lawrence.
They'll buy some time right.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. And the Lions will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Here's Jackson to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
First down, they go right back to Pierce.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
First down, Abdullah. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Good gain there on first down. And keeps him in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Keep pushing the ball down the field. Get some points on the board.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he will have a Lions first down, and that's the one that should seal a victory.
It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit.